was asked about talking sports. A friend of mine asking, "Am I upset with players who skip games and does it ruin the game and what I think?" My answer is no, not really. I think seasons are too long in the NBA, just like I think baseball's too long. And I think the NFL is getting ridiculous with this week 17, 18 crap. I don't think a tournament in the NBA would make it better. All-star game don't really mean nothing. It's out the bag, and it's not going to really mean nothing. Um, that's a lost era. you know what really made the NBA go soft during the season? It's simple. It's about selling the superstars and the brand. If you had more Milwaukee's, a Memphis, you have what people didn't expect to go to the finals, kind of like when the Spurs would go, when the Spurs played the Pistons that year. You need the element of surprise that says, okay, we're going to knock off Goliath. We're going to, you know, do it. Because too much of the same gets predictable. And I think that, players aren't as driven because there's no reason to be. I mean, if you're hurt, you're hurt. And if you can't go, you can't go. You can't really see where it's going to go. But I think that one of the problems that has plagued the NBA is actually the biggest problem is that they've got expectations for name brand and pushing the agenda. But if it really was centralized where you had real parity and teams that you couldn't see, they ended up going. Then you might have an incentive to play. But we already know, allegedly, supposedly. Let's be realistic. We ain't gonna see the Denver Nuggets and Atlanta Hawks in the finals. We not. We can already pretty much count on that. You might get a once in a blue moon of a Toronto Raptors winning a chip, like you did with the Dallas Mavericks once in a blue moon winning a chip. Cleveland Cavaliers because LeBron coming through. That's that blue moon. But by and large, it's not going to be the norm, And it's a lot of reasons. The politics ain't going to dictate it. I have a joke with a buddy about this all the time. Good and well, you're not going to see. Let me think. Let me throw something out there. The Milwaukee one, but let's be realistic. Do you really think they would let old Minnesota Timberwolves and let me who could I pick on in the East? I gotta come over Minnesota Timberwolves and Indiana Pacers. Do you really think that would be faster to go? So I say that to say that they make sure that stars are aligned and they got things that they are. Now, I did say the new guard is taking over. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, the best player going to the NBA, did win the league MVP, won multiple league MVP and NBA Finals last year. And you did see Milwaukee and Phoenix, so that was changing of the guard. I'm also telling you that I'm one of those few people. I think LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, them rings is about done. There's a new era that's here and now, and that might impact smaller markets and people that play in certain areas to get more attention. And I'm just saying it all ties in. But I'm not mad at players who take time off. Season's too long, and with everything that's gone in the last 2 years, you really could have taken some gaps. You really didn't need to push nothing. So I'm not mad with it. Cause I mean, really, they need to cut this season down a bit. I think that's what make it more competitive. Actually, from 82 to about 62, I think it'd be more competitive. Because these teams are burning out and you just not getting in. But you don't need no corny tournament. You don't need to keep no in tournament, 9 seed, 10 seed garbage. Stick to the 8 and let the chips fall where they may. Because they always trying to turn the wheel in the NBA. And that's what's hurt the game. Trying to make more scoring, less defense, more appealing has hurt the game. It's watered it down. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts and comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. And the NBA need to get back to more simpler times, like the best out of 2 out of 3. in the early 80s. Not these 7 game series and all, because the length is what's hurt the game. They trying to sponge every dollar they can get. That's what hurt the game. I'm out.